Welcome to the channel, where every coin tells a hidden story from America's past. In today's video, we'll uncover the fascinating history, value, and secrets behind one of the rarest and most valuable USA 1-cent coins ever made. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into the world of numismatic treasures that turn ordinary pennies into pieces of history. First up, in the world of American coin collecting, few pieces carry the quiet charm and hidden mystery of the 1962 USA 1-cent coin, struck at the Denver Mint during a period of immense industrial and cultural change in America. Though millions were minted, only a rare few have survived with the kind of historical depth and visual story that captivates collectors today. What makes this coin truly fascinating isn't just its age, but the journey it represents, a small copper artifact born in an era of transformation, now holding value far beyond its original worth of a single cent. Even in its dirty, worn condition, this coin tells a story of decades of circulation, of countless hands and pockets, of America itself in motion. The year 1962 was a pivotal one for the United States. President John F. Kennedy was in the White House. The Cold War tensions were quietly intensifying, and the nation's economy was humming with post-war growth. At the Denver Mint, production of 1-cent coins was at full capacity, with billions of Lincoln cents struck that year to keep up with demand. These coins were made primarily from 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, the classic pre-1982 alloy that collectors treasure for its warm, enduring luster. Yet, despite the enormous mintage numbers, few 1962 cents have survived in exceptional condition. The passage of time, circulation, and environmental exposure have reduced most to heavily worn pieces, making any example that remains well-preserved, or even just original and undamaged, a true collectible. On the obverse side, the 1962 Lincoln cent displays the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner, introduced in 1909. His face is crisp and resolute, symbolizing strength and unity. Around his portrait, the words "In God We Trust" crown the top, while liberty and the date 1962 sit at either side. Below the date, the small D mint mark confirms its origin from the Denver Mint, a crucial identifying feature for collectors. The reverse side bears the bold wheat stalks of the wheat ears reverse, though by 1962, this design had already transitioned to the memorial reverse. The 1962 D thus features the Lincoln Memorial, with its clean symmetry and the faint image of Lincoln seated within, a brilliant tribute to the president immortalized on both sides of the same coin. The inscriptions EPLURIBUS UNUM, United States of America, and 1 cent complete the reverse design, embodying both artistry and national pride. When we talk about rarity, condition becomes everything. A 1962 1-cent coin in dirty, circulated condition may not look like much to the untrained eye, but in numismatic terms, it's a survivor. Over 6 decades of wear, environmental damage, and oxidation have thinned the numbers of coins still identifiable or collectible. While uncirculated and proof examples exist, the truly scarce pieces are those with full original detail beneath years of grime, coins that tell their age honestly. A well-preserved 1962 D, especially one that retains its luster or shows minimal marks, can be worth far more than its face value. Even a coin in dirty condition, if it shows key features and originality, can attract collectors who appreciate authenticity over perfection. Collector demand for the 1962 cent stems not only from its place in the Lincoln series, but also from its role as a transitional issue, bridging the late wheat penny years and the modern memorial cent era. Many collectors seek one example from every mint and year combination, and the Denver coins are especially admired for their strong strikes and deep red coloration when uncirculated. However, the dirty and well-worn examples hold their own charm, offering a tangible connection to history and to the millions of Americans who once used them daily. What makes this coin stand out is its accessibility. It is both a beginner's treasure and a veteran's nostalgic piece, holding emotional and educational value beyond its metal content. In today's collector market, a 1962 D Lincoln 1 cent can command anywhere from $750 to as much as $4,800, depending heavily on condition, tunning, and rarity of strike. Coins with clear mint marks, strong detail, and natural patina fall into higher brackets, while those in uncirculated or red gem condition reach the upper limits of this range. Even circulated examples, if properly conserved and free of corrosion, can surprise collectors at auction. The rising copper value and growing nostalgia for mid-century coins continue to push prices upward, especially for Denver issues that retain their original luster or have unique tunning patterns. For those looking to collect or identify a valuable 1962 D1 cent, focus first on condition. Check for clear details on Lincoln's hair and the memorial columns. The color grading red, red-brown, or brown can also dramatically influence price, with red examples commanding premiums. Always examine the mint mark closely. Repunched mint marks, RPMs, or doubled dies can multiply a coin's value. When cleaning or restoring, avoid harsh methods. A natural dirty surface is often preferred to an artificially brightened one. Searching through inherited coin jars, estate boxes, or old collections can sometimes yield these hidden treasures, especially those overlooked due to their dull appearance. The 1962 D USA 1 cent is more than just a copper coin. It's a fragment of history, a silent witness to an America in transition. Whether found in a drawer or a dusty coin roll, it carries the story of time, endurance, and quiet beauty. For collectors, it stands as a reminder that even the most ordinary-looking pieces can hide extraordinary worth. As we close the chapter on this remarkable cent, stay tuned, because in the next episode, we'll uncover another American coin whose story is just as rich, and whose value may surprise you even more. Next up, among the vast ocean of Lincoln cents, few capture the intrigue of collectors quite like the 1965 USA 1 cent with no mint mark, a coin that quietly bridges two important eras in American coinage history. Though seemingly ordinary to the untrained eye, this penny carries immense numismatic value due to its place in a turbulent time for U.S. minting. It represents a year of transition, experimentation, and subtle rarity. Today, collectors prize it not only for its historical resonance, but also for the elusive perfection of surviving examples. The 1965 cent without a mint mark may look simple, yet its backstory, condition sensitivity, and the scarcity of high-grade pieces make it one of the most valuable mid-century Lincoln cents on the market, with well-preserved examples commanding anywhere from $900 to nearly $4,600, depending on condition and grade. In 1965, the United States Mint faced one of its most challenging periods since World War II. The nation was undergoing a coinage crisis. Silver shortages had forced the government to alter the composition of its dimes, quarters, and half dollars. As part of an effort to reduce confusion and discourage hoarding, the Mint temporarily removed mint marks from all U.S. coins between 1965 and 1967. This decision meant that the Philadelphia Mint, which typically did not use a mint mark for cents, became the sole producer of the 1965 penny. Though billions were struck, the historical context of its production gives this coin special weight. It marks a time when the U.S. was balancing industrial modernization, inflation pressures, and public distrust in new coin designs. And through all that, the humble 1-cent coin remained a symbol of continuity and trust in American money. Visually, the 1965 Lincoln cent retains the iconic design created by Victor David Brenner, introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The obverse showcases Lincoln's dignified profile facing right, with the inscriptions "In God We Trust" arching above, "Liberty" to the left, and the date, 1965, neatly aligned on the right. The absence of any mint mark below the date is the defining characteristic of this issue, reflecting the mint's temporary policy change. On the reverse, the Lincoln Memorial design by Frank Gasparo stands proudly, replacing the earlier wheat ears motif. The fine lines of the columns, the symmetry of the memorial, and the faint impression of Lincoln seated within remain artistic hallmarks of mid-20th century coinage. Made from the pre-1982 copper alloy of 95% copper and 5% zinc, the coin measures 19 millimeters in diameter and weighs about 3.11 grams, a small yet substantial reminder of an era when copper still carried real value. What makes the 1965 no-mint mark cent rare is not just its mintage figure, but its survival in top condition. Billions were released into circulation, and the vast majority saw heavy everyday use. Only a fraction were set aside or preserved, and even fewer survived in uncirculated or near-perfect state. The mint's experimental production processes during this period led to subtle variations in strike quality, luster, and surface finish. Some 1965 cents exhibit weak strikes or planchet flaws, making sharply detailed specimens especially desirable. The combination of mass production, metal stress, and circulation means that flawless examples are exceptionally scarce, a fact that drives collectors to compete fiercely when such coins appear at auction. Market values for the 1965 Lincoln cent vary widely, driven by condition, luster, and collector demand. A lightly circulated coin may bring around $950, while a sharply struck, full red uncirculated specimen graded MS67 or higher by PCGS or NGC can easily reach $4,700 in today's market. Proof-like surfaces or coins with exceptional color tone, especially the vivid copper-red shades, can push the upper end of the price range. Auction records over the last decade show that demand for high-grade copper cents has grown steadily, reflecting both nostalgic appeal and the investment potential of older U.S. small-denomination coins. As fewer original rolls remain, and as copper's historical importance gains appreciation, the value trajectory of the 1965 cent continues to trend upward among serious collectors. For those seeking to collect or identify an authentic, valuable example, attention to color, luster, and strike quality is crucial. The best pieces exhibit a bright, even red surface free of spots or discoloration. Because counterfeits and altered dates occasionally surface, certification by a trusted grading service such as PCGS or NGC is strongly recommended. Collectors should also handle raw coins carefully, preferably with cotton gloves, and store them in airtight, acid-free holders to preserve color and reduce oxidation. Searching through old rolls, estate collections, or dealer stockpiles can sometimes reveal overlooked gems. Even coins in slightly dirty or brown condition can surprise collectors if they possess strong detail and minimal damage. The charm of the 1965 USA 1 cent lies in its dual identity, common in number, but elite in perfection. It tells the story of American resilience during economic uncertainty and showcases how even a simple penny can embody history, craftsmanship, and scarcity. Collectors value it not only as a coin, but as a time capsule, a small, enduring emblem of an America that was redefining itself in the 1960s. Its clean, balanced design, its copper warmth, and its historical importance make it a cornerstone in any Lincoln cent collection, bridging the divide between the past and the modern era of coinage. In the end, the 1965 no-mint mark USA 1 cent stands as a quiet testament to the beauty of subtlety, a coin that hides greatness behind simplicity. Its journey from pocket change to prized collectible is a reflection of how history transforms the ordinary into the extraordinary. Whether admired for its artistry, pursued for its investment value, or cherished as a historical keepsake, it remains one of the defining copper cents of the 20th century. And as we turn the page to our next discovery, get ready. The next coin in our journey carries a story even more surprising and perhaps even more valuable. Next up, among the great treasures of modern American coinage, the 1971 USA 1 cent with no mint mark stands as a fascinating chapter in the story of the Lincoln cent. To most, it appears as just another penny, a simple copper coin that passed quietly through millions of American hands. But to serious collectors, the 1971 no mint mark cent carries both beauty and mystery, a product of a transformative era in U.S. minting that has since gained legendary status among numismatists. Its significance lies in its perfect blend of accessibility and rarity. A coin struck in vast numbers, but surviving in pristine condition so rarely that high-grade examples have become true prizes. Today, the most exceptional specimens of the 1971 no mint mark cent can command prices ranging from $850 to nearly $4,300, especially those with strong strikes, flawless surfaces, and rich, original red coloration. The story of this cent begins in a decade defined by change. The early 1970s were marked by inflation, rising metal costs, and a shifting U.S. economy. The mint, already facing pressure from the previous decade's coin shortages, sought greater efficiency and consistency across its facilities. The Philadelphia Mint, as was customary, produced the 1971 cent without a mint mark, while Denver and San Francisco struck their own marked versions. The 1971 issue was part of the long-running Lincoln Memorial Cent series, introduced in 1959 to honor the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Yet beneath its humble appearance, the coin reflects an era when America was redefining its identity, socially, politically, and economically. It was the age of the Apollo missions, the Vietnam War, and the dawn of new technology. And amidst all of it, the Lincoln cent continued to represent unity and endurance, a small but powerful emblem of everyday America. From a design perspective, the 1971 Lincoln cent remains a masterpiece of simplicity and symbolism. On the obverse, Victor David Brenner's enduring portrait of Abraham Lincoln captures the former president's strength and introspection, framed by the inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date, 1971. The absence of a mint mark under the date signifies its Philadelphia origin. The reverse side, designed by Frank Gasparo, features the Lincoln Memorial, an image that served as a bold statement of national unity during the late 20th century. Within its columns, a tiny figure of Lincoln can be seen seated at the center, a detail that rewards close inspection. Struck in a copper alloy of 95% copper and 5% zinc, the coin weighs approximately 3.11 grams and measures 19 millimeters in diameter. In uncirculated condition, its deep, brilliant red tone glows with the rich warmth that collectors associate with classic pre-1982 copper cents. The rarity of the 1971 no mint mark cent lies not in its mintage, billions were produced, but in its survival quality. Most of these coins were heavily circulated, suffering from oxidation, scratches, and discoloration. Only a small fraction escaped into collectors' hands before entering circulation, and fewer still remain in mint-state red condition. The Philadelphia Mint's quality control in this period was notoriously inconsistent, leading to coins with weak strikes, die wear, and uneven coloration. As a result, sharply struck, lustrous examples with full original red surfaces are extremely scarce and command strong premiums. Even minor varieties, such as doubled dies on the obverse or reverse lettering, have drawn intense interest, further elevating the status of this issue among specialists. In today's collector market, the 1971 USA 1 cent without mint mark stands as a quiet but potent performer. Prices fluctuate according to grade, color, and rarity of strike. A lightly circulated coin may bring around $870, while a fully read, certified MS-67 RD example can achieve $4,250 or more at major auctions. Proof-like finishes, error varieties, and those with exceptional tunning or luster fetch even higher bids. The steady rise in copper-based coin values, coupled with the scarcity of top-graded examples, has led to growing interest among investors and coin historians alike. Auction results from the past decade reveal an upward trend for this issue, especially for coins with superior eye appeal and confirmed authenticity through grading services. For those looking to acquire or evaluate a 1971 no-mint mark cent, several key factors should be kept in mind. Focus first on color and surface preservation. Coins graded red are significantly more valuable than those with brown or red-brown tunning. Look for sharp detail in Lincoln's hair and in the columns of the memorial, as these are the first areas to wear down. Certification by respected grading companies such as PCGS, NGC, or ANACS not only verifies authenticity, but also provides market credibility when reselling. Collectors should handle raw coins with gloves to prevent oils or oxidation, and store them in temperature-controlled, airtight holders. Searching original mint sets or unsearched coin rolls can sometimes yield surprising finds, especially those overlooked due to minor surface discoloration. The lasting charm of the 1971 Lincoln cent without a mint mark lies in its subtlety. It is not a coin that shouts its rarity. It whispers it, in the perfection of its strike, the brilliance of its copper surface, and the endurance of its design. Each example that survives untouched from circulation tells a quiet story of luck, preservation, and time. For many collectors, owning one is less about monetary gain and more about holding a tangible piece of American heritage, a coin that connects the country's industrial past to its modern economic story. In the grand narrative of American coinage, the 1971 no-mint mark USA 1 cent continues to shine as an understated classic. Its historical significance, artistic beauty, and enduring rarity make it a vital addition to any serious collection. Whether admired for its craftsmanship, pursued as an investment, or cherished as a relic of the early 1970s, it embodies the timeless appeal of Lincoln's image and the nation's enduring ideals. As we move forward to explore the next remarkable piece in this numismatic journey, the 1971 cent reminds us that even the smallest coins can carry the largest stories, and that hidden within the most familiar designs are treasures waiting to be rediscovered. Next up, in the realm of modern American coinage, the 1979 USA 1 cent with no mint mark stands as a fascinating symbol of subtle rarity and enduring beauty. Though millions were minted and circulated widely, this particular issue has gained a reputation among collectors for its remarkable design preservation, its tie to a changing monetary era, and the surprising scarcity of pristine examples. It is a coin that blends familiarity with intrigue, one that many Americans handle daily without realizing its future numismatic importance. Today, the 1979 no-mint mark Lincoln cent continues to capture the attention of both seasoned collectors and new enthusiasts alike, with top-grade examples fetching between $1,100 and $4,900, depending on color, strike sharpness, and overall eye appeal. It remains a reminder that even the most common denominations can hold uncommon stories. The year 1979 marked a transformative period in American coin production. Inflation was rising, metal prices were fluctuating, and the U.S. Mint was beginning to explore alternative materials for coinage. Though the cent retained its traditional 95% copper and 5% zinc composition, the growing cost of copper foreshadowed a major shift that would occur just a few years later, in 1982, when the mint switched to a copper-plated zinc alloy. The Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally struck coins without a mint mark, produced the 1979 no mint mark cents in vast numbers. Yet these coins were more than just pocket change. They represented the closing years of an era when American cents were made almost entirely of copper, carrying both intrinsic and sentimental value. Against the backdrop of an economically uncertain time, this small coin stood as a resilient piece of the nation's monetary identity. From a design perspective, the 1979 cent carries forward the timeless artistry of the Lincoln Memorial Series. On the obverse, Victor David Brenner's iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln continues to convey dignity and strength, framed by the inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year 1979. The absence of a mint mark beneath the date indicates its Philadelphia origin, giving the coin a clean, balanced aesthetic. The reverse, designed by Frank Gasparo, showcases the Lincoln Memorial, a symbol of national unity and democratic endurance. Within its columns sits the faint yet visible figure of Lincoln himself, an artistic detail often overlooked by casual observers but cherished by numismatists. Struck on a 19mm planchet and weighing approximately 3.11 grams, this coin retains the rich, warm tones that define pre-1982 copper cents, making it especially beautiful when preserved in bright red mint condition. What sets the 1979 no mint mark cent apart is the exceptional difficulty of finding examples that have survived in unblemished, full red condition. The Philadelphia Mint's mass production during the late 1970s resulted in minor die fatigue, soft strikes, and surface marks on many coins. Most entered heavy circulation, where contact wear and oxidation diminished their brilliance. Over 4 decades later, the number of coins retaining their original luster, free from spotting or discoloration, is extremely limited. Error varieties, including double die obverse examples, weak strikes, or misaligned dies, have further fueled collector demand. These rarities, when authenticated and graded by top numismatic authorities, can command prices that far exceed expectations for what was once considered an ordinary cent. In terms of market value, the 1979 USA 1 cent, without mint mark, holds a strong position among late 20th century Lincoln cents. A lightly circulated coin may trade around $1,150, while a certified MS-67 red specimen with exceptional strike quality can easily reach $4,850 or more at major coin auctions. Pieces with full, fiery red surfaces and clean fields are especially coveted, as are examples exhibiting unique natural tunning. Collectors and investors alike view this coin as a bridge between traditional copper coinage and modern numismatic rarity. Over the past decade, steady appreciation in auction results has confirmed its place as one of the most desirable Philadelphia issues from the Lincoln Memorial Series, reflecting both its scarcity and enduring popularity. For collectors seeking to add a 1979 no mint mark cent to their portfolio, attention to surface quality, luster, and color is paramount. The highest valued coins are those graded red by professional services such as PCGS or NGC, as these retain nearly all of their original copper brilliance. When examining raw coins, look closely for clean rims, well-defined hair details on Lincoln, and sharp clarity within the memorial's columns. Proper storage in airtight holders or slabs is essential, as exposure to humidity can quickly dull or darken the metal. Serious collectors often turn to reputable dealers, specialized auctions, or long-established coin networks to locate certified examples, as these sources provide both authenticity and historical verification. The quiet elegance of the 1979 Lincoln cent lies in its endurance, a small copper coin that survived the test of time and economic change. It represents the craftsmanship of an era when even everyday currency carried artistic integrity. Its enduring popularity among collectors stems not only from its beauty but from its symbolism, a coin that weathered inflation, technological shifts, and the eventual end of nearly pure copper in U.S. coinage. Each well-preserved example serves as a tangible reminder of the late 20th century's economic challenges and the lasting power of American numismatic artistry. Ultimately, the 1979 no-mint mark USA 1 cent embodies a perfect harmony between history, design, and collectability. It stands as a tribute to Lincoln's legacy, to America's evolving coinage, and to the timeless pursuit of beauty in the smallest details. For numismatists, it offers both a connection to the past and an opportunity for future growth, an investment in history that continues to gain recognition with every passing year. And as we look ahead to the next remarkable coin in our exploration, this 1979 cent reminds us that the rarest treasures often begin as the most ordinary things, until time transforms them into legends of their own.